2023 could be the year for this Tennessee native known for purple Lacoste shirts.
She didn't say a question. That's -3.
Hello, welcome back to Aceholes. I am one of your Aceholes, Nikki Limo.
And I am one of your Aceholes, Caitlin Komeski.
And we are joined today by a very, very special guest, Clayton Fletcher.
Yay! I feel like people should be clapping.
Yeah,
or something.
keep it
We'll add it in
going.
later. We'll add it in later.
All right. We'll do that in post.
Clayton hosts one of my favorite podcasts, the Tournament Poker Edge podcast. I don't know if he knows this. I was kind of like fangirling in his DMs one day. I was like, oh my God, like I listen to you every day on my way to live tournaments. But you really were part of my routine. Every time I went out to play the Orleans dailies.
That's what our podcast is really
That's
for.
what you're aimed at, right?
Yeah.
I'm the demo.
Yeah,
That's me.
No, I mean, it was really good to hear from you. It made me really, really proud, really happy. You know, it's always nice that, somebody's listening and,
You should be.
Yeah. It was good for my ego.
Yeah. No, I loved it. And also you have a background in stand-up comedy. And I got to learn a lot about you through the podcast. You live in New York? Or
I live in New York. I've been in New York for 20 years. I grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes on my podcast, I lament how bad the Orioles are. And then this year, they're really, really good. So there's a lot of excitement in Baltimore.
Gotta find some new material.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. They're winning every night.
I feel like everyone's home team goes through that phase where they just shit on their home team. They're like, fuck it. And they make movies about it. Like that one Red Sox movie where Jimmy Fallon, they had to like change the ending because they actually won that year.
Oops, that's not funny
Fever pitch.
anymore.
Yeah, Fever pitch. Yeah, there you go. But thank you for being here today. I'm so excited. We caught you at a great time because I was going to ask you how your series is going.
Yeah, tell us about your series, baby.
Tell us about your WSOP series.
I mean, I feel like I'm having the best week ever.
Yeah.
I got here a week ago. I cashed in the Mystery Millions. And that was fun. I made day 2, but I didn't get to pick an envelope. So
but you made day 2. That's really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard for anyone I know to
Out
find
of
a bag.
18,000. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, 18,000 players. I got like 430 something or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, that was a couple $1,000s. And then right after that, 2 great shows with Jim Jeffries, who I've been opening for.
Nice.
He's an amazing comedian and a super nice guy.
Do you have more shows coming up?
We're hoping to schedule some more, yeah.
Okay, so I'll put links into the description. You can check out if there's any upcoming shows. If you're in the Las Vegas area,
Yeah.
I definitely want to check one out. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
you have some more coming up.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed them last weekend.
I know. We were shooting a podcast, some dumb podcast.
No excuse. No excuse. So then I played the $600 PLO Deep Stack.
Yeah.
And I made day 2 of that one as well.
Hell yeah.
And actually made the final table.
Final table, bro.
Yeah.
Final table.
So
We're
yeah,
gonna
I
get
got
copyright
5th place in that. And so my series is off to an unbelievable start.
Yeah, which is like the opposite of how it was last summer, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I listened every day on the way to whatever event I was playing, and it was always like, all right, we didn't cash this one. We cannot find a cash. We cannot find a cash.
I mean, it got to the point where, I played like 38 tournaments last summer, and the first dinner break I made was the main event.
Wow.
Yeah.
So went all the way.
That's my summer so far. I haven't made a dinner break yet.
But it's only been a
rough out
week.
there.
This was a whole summer of
Yeah.
just, it's pretty normal to go for a week where you just keep busting early, everything. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But, I've been coming to the World Series for, 13 years.
Yeah.
And I'd never had a summer like I did last year. I only cashed in 2 tournaments
Wow.
out of 38 and just, going
But
in.
it felt like everyone had that kind of summer last year. Like Daniel Negreanu, it was like down $1 million, and like every poker pro that I knew was just having a hard time not min cashing.
Well, if you think about it, like in most tournaments, like 85 or 90% of the players lose.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
A lot of
perfectly
variance.
natural that you're going to have long stretches where you don't have any success. But, I'm 2 for 2. I've cashed in only 2 tournaments I've played so far. If I can keep this going for the rest of the summer, that would be a record.
Does it affect your self-esteem at all? Like, do you take it I started to take it personally once I have lost like more than 10. Like if I go 10 without cashing, I kind of am like, it's me. I'm bad. I suck. Do you feel that way? Or
What's good to do is like just talk to a coach or somebody that's a little better at the game than you are and just say, did I play this hand poorly.
Yeah.
Not just your bust out hand. We all want to talk about our
Yeah.
bust out hand, but there's usually another hand that you maybe could have played better. And I'm getting better at just, knowing. Like I was telling everybody last summer, like I feel like I'm playing great. It's just if the guy needs a jack, he gets a jack. If the girl needs a diamond, she hits her diamond.
Yeah.
Like you can't beat that when it's going that way.
You were like a good luck Chuck for everyone.
for everyone. But
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
You outside of like becoming one of those guys that just like shoves all flops.
Right, yeah. Then you don't get drawn out on
Yep.
it. Yeah.
They lose their edge.
Yeah.
I was playing with a guy like that yesterday where it's like I quit fucking with him because it was just like every flop he was like 1.5x pot, and I was like, cool, bro, I'm in the blindfold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have been out here for 9 days, having a great series so far. I was reading just like a little bit about, I usually don't ask people about their poker origin story. After the first couple guests, I was like, oh, we probably shouldn't ask about their origin stories because it's kind of the same answer every time. But I heard that you have a very like unique story of how you got into poker.
Yeah, I mean, my mother was a poker player. Yeah, and so she started teaching my brothers and me when we were just little boys.
Yeah.
Around the kitchen table, we used to play poker after dinner.
Love that.
And like a good mom.
Yeah.
If she beat us, she kept the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You
yeah.
gotta
So you were
teach-
playing with like actual
soft
allowance
play.
money,
yeah,
like whatever.
Yeah. She
coin-
check raised my allowance.
I love a mom that doesn't soft play. Hell yeah.
How are they
No.
supposed to learn?
Yeah, you got to
Exactly.
toughen them up. No
Also-
trophies for last place.
It's a good way to like, hey, we need to pay the light bill. I got to take your allowance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and we have other poker players in my family. To this day, every Friday night there's a Fletcher family poker game back in
Wow,
Baltimore.
really?
Yeah, I have lots and lots of aunts, uncles, cousins, my brothers, and everybody gets together and plays. They have like 3-4 tables going sometimes, just little
What?
home
Just
games.
in your family?
Yeah, and
How
close
big is your
friends,
family?
close friends that come
Okay.
over. Yeah, I mean we're Catholic, so
Okay.
yeah, big family. Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to ask you about is that you're a clean comedian. You can work clean. Do you exclusively work clean, or do you dabble in the blue
Yeah.
arts every now and
That's a
then?
good question. I mean, I think to me the term clean is relative. Would I be able to perform my comedy act at like a Catholic church for the students there?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, I don't really talk about what goes on in the bedroom or, just, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's not really my style. I'm more about, just something that's more accessible. Like I want somebody to be able to bring his Mormon girlfriend to my comedy show and not feel like embarrassed or like ashamed of what he saw. That doesn't mean I don't cross the line a little bit. I kind of feel the audience out.
Yeah.
Certainly with Jim Jeffries, it's a much more of an edgy show than I might do. Like for a corporate event somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that's
or
where my
whatever.
question was leading me, because like as a clean comedian, I'm sure you get like a lot of corporate opportunities, and those gigs can be bizarre. I used to be a live event performer as well, and the corporate comedy and like charity balls is like what do you have any weird experiences from your time in the corporate event world?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done some interesting gigs. I had a friend of a friend was in real estate, and they did this big convention of all the real estate agents and whatever, like mortgage brokers, like really fun loving crowd, all these real estate people in a hotel like conference room or whatever, and they asked me to do like real estate jokes, so like, I mean, I don't know, but it was during the time when like the whole real estate market, the housing market was crashing. So like people were really depressed.
No,
And-
2008.
yeah, and I'm up there like this big like banquet, and I'm like, "What's up with these subprimes?" I mean, it was
My
a,
family's hungry.
it was a tough crowd, yeah, to say the least. But that's not the worst audience. I mean, I think the worst audience I ever had. I did a show at Rikers Island for the prisoners, and that show went great.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they were happy
They're
that somebody
grateful.
cared about them,
Yeah.
and it was like a reward for good behavior, right? But along with that gig, I got to perform for like the warden and all of the correctional officers and like everyone who works in the prison. And
Two separate shows?
Yeah, two different
okay.
shows.
Okay.
So it was
Two
one
different
like
crowds.
one like at the prison, and then one for like the free people that was at a restaurant.
The free funny people.
And the prisoners were a million times better behaved
Yeah.
than like the corrections officers because they're used to dealing with prisoners. So they were just like heckling from the beginning of the show.
Wow.
And they were probably
Yeah.
served alcohol at that.
Yeah,
event, I'm
yeah. They were
guessing.
very,
were
very
heckling?
drunk. Yeah, I mean, they were brutal.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really hard. I mean, actually, like, I went home and cried after that
How
show.
do
It was
people
horrible.
heckle you? You're so sweet. What did they say?
I mean, they were mean. They were just really mean. You know, this was New York too. I mean,
You
New York
mean
audiences
prison
are
guards?
tough. Yeah.
Hope
We
you're
don't
happy.
like you.
Yeah. No, they made me cry. They made me know. I never want to go to prison.
Apparently the prison's a
did
party.
before
But
that.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
people guarding it.
Yeah, for sure. You guys want to hear my opening line when I was at Rikers Island?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
How many people here are not guilty? Brought the house down.
Hell
I
yeah.
bet so.
I love that. I mean, like they probably like that's something they look forward to,
Yeah.
whereas the prison guards are like, whatever, we have to go.
Yeah, they were not in a good mood. I mean, they were just really, they acted like prisoners.
Wow.
Yeah, the guards acted like prisoners, and the prisoners were like the most gracious and warm and loving
Aw.
audience ever. Yeah, I would definitely do it again. But it took a long time to get in. Like, they do a background check on every comedian on the way in. I'm like, I'm not trying to get out of jail. I'm trying to get in right now. Yeah, they just wanted to make sure that none of us were going to be, I guess, like sneaking
Contraband or
yeah,
something.
like that. Yeah, they didn't do a full body cavity search. Thank
Oh,
God.
thank God. They would have found all my drugs.
So another fun fact that I learned from your website is that you have had a live show in New York that's been running for 7 years.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that show and what it took to keep a live show together for 7 years?
Yeah, so it's every weekend. I mean, one great thing about New York is there's always a rotating audience, you know, people coming in from all over the world to visit the Big Apple or whatever. And you know, I've been blessed. I have a show at West Side Comedy Club every Saturday night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. Whether I'm there or not, the show goes on with or without me. And, you know, it's a mixture of the regulars at the club, and we get really good regulars at this club, like Gary Goldman, John Oliver, Al Franken, like they all
Nice.
perform there on a regular basis. But then this is the show where like the new guys get a chance to perform as well. And a lot of those new guys come from classes that I teach at the comedy club. So
Oh,
I'm really
awesome.
into like helping people like develop their comedy and like develop a love for comedy, because that's something kind of like how my mother taught me poker
Yeah.
and my father taught me music. Like, I like to teach. And that's why I like doing the poker podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like in a way like I'm teaching people maybe how to get
No,
a little better at the game.
Honestly, like I don't feel like sometimes when you have a comedian hosting something not comedy, like you do a lot of bits, like a lot of like it gets really like you
A
know,
lot of try hard energy.
yeah, a lot of bits going. But I really appreciate it. Like you are very like a teacher. I feel very coached when I'm listening to Tournament Poker Edge. You throw in your personality and it's great, but it's not like I feel like you know, I'm attending a show or anything. It feels like you're really going through the hands. I'm really thinking through each hand and each spot, and you're very much like you don't give away the ending, so it's nice because I'm following along with you. I'm the hero in the story with you, and then you always throw it to the audience at the end to like go to the Discord and like let them know, let me know if I played it poorly or if I should have done it some different way, and it feels like, oh, you're still open to learning or whatever, you know, and
absolutely.
it feels very like a cozy classroom is what I feel
really
like.
appreciate that. Sometimes
Yeah.
I wonder, like, should I try harder to be funnier
No.
on the podcast?
please
but I feel
don't.
like the listeners, like, they get annoyed when somebody's just like, waka waka. You know what I mean? It's like if something's funny, like, sometimes I talk about some of my opponents. Like, to me, what I think is funniest about poker is some of the characters that we have
Yes,
in
absolutely.
it. You know, as you well know from all the impressions that
Yep,
you do,
I
Caitlin,
definitely agree.
You know, like you find what's funny about each individual in the game. We're all so colorful, you know, and it's fun to kind of, you know, figure out what makes somebody, I guess, like, what's the word for, like, you're able to spoof them. Like,
Yeah.
what's the
Right.
word?
A
Maybe?
parody, like
Yeah.
like impressions.
Yeah, like some people in poker deserve to be
Like there's like an archetype for each. Like,
yeah, and like she kind of
definitely run into this
caricaturizes
person.
them, which is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like teaching, you know. I actually have a book coming out. It's called The ROI of LOL. So it's designed for businesses and, like, you know, CEOs and people that have their own business and want to learn about using comedy in business. I do kind of a lot of training on that side as well. So just anything I've ever been remotely good at in my life, I like to teach other people how to do it too.
I love that. You should start a
Can you
YouTube
give us
channel.
any of the secret sauce from the book? Like how do we start to use comedy in business?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one thing is the idea of the book is that we think there are. It was co-written by an actual CEO, my friend Steve Cody. He owns a PR firm called Peppercom in New York. So anyway, we've figured out that there are certain things that comedians are good at that a lot of business people are not good at and they should get better at. Just like how to pay attention, how to read body language, how to know when to change the subject, like if something's not working, which, as stand-ups, we know, like sometimes like you're in the middle of like a 3-minute joke and like the audience hates the first 30 seconds. It's like abort, get out of there.
Eject.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of those skills revolve around mindfulness and being like present and in the moment.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's what contributes to my poker success that I've learned from comedy, even is that, in comedy, you have to just really have a sense of the audience, what they want. Like I was saying earlier, like performing with Jim Jeffries, like the line of what I would consider not clean is a different line than I would like for a different show. Right.
Yeah.
So, but you kind of have to have a sensitivity, a mindfulness, like an awareness of what the crowd wants, and give it to them.
Yeah.
Well, likewise, while I'm playing poker, I try to feel the energy at the table and figure out what the audience wants from me and try really hard to disappoint them.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, because it's like the punchline. Like you take them down this way, and then it's a mislead every time.
Right.
And then, you're actually the only other person I've heard make a comedy analogy to poker. I've tried to explain this. I'm like, I mean, there's like timing, there's waves, there's also like a certain crowd, like a certain player type I know is going to try to bluff me more than this player type, and you kind of pick up those things from playing to all these different crowds, and like these people are going to really like this move, but these people are not going to like that.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not going to work, if you're thinking 3 levels above where your opponent is, that line is not going to work in the poker hand, because it's like you're doing this super sophisticated, complicated, solve for why kind of bluff, and the person is
solve
like,
for why.
and the person just learned like how to play the game last week. It's going to be wasted on him. He's like, well, I have a king, so I call. So then you just wasted all this brain power trying to do this sophisticated move on someone who it's wasted on. And likewise, certain audiences, they don't get my most complex jokes. Like the crowd has to prove to me that they are smart enough to get the joke, or that they're aware of the topic, like
that they like being stimulated in that way, because some crowds they just want to drink and like some simple humor, so just make me laugh immediately. I don't want to think too hard about it. And then some are like, you're at a college and they're, a very STEM, crowd that like wants to be stimulated and likes that smarter
like
humor.
you're doing a gig at Stanford, right? You can do a much different set than you would like, for the prison guards for Harvard.
Much different.
They won't get the redwood jokes that I've been preparing. So I feel like in poker, there are like 2 different types of people. They're like the sort of degenerate messes that like really lean hard on the gambling and the drinking and the party lifestyle. And then it seems like you fall into more of the other camp, which is like a more structured type A nerdy personality. Is that a good read on my part?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would never be insulted by saying that I have a nerdy personality.
I'm a
I
freak.
lean into it.
I'm not a nerd. I'm a freak. We got to know who we are.
I mean, I just lean into it. When I was a little boy, they gave us this like aptitude test, like you take in 2nd grade or whatever, and I got like a perfect score. And from then on, all the other kids in the class started saying I was a nerd and I'm a dork, and they called me.
You were a nerd.
They
So
called me
deserved
professor, right?
Yeah.
And so I just
How dare you be smart?
I'm like, fine, I'm fine. Okay, fine. I'll just be the nerd. And I used to get like bullied.
I mean, you wear glasses.
Yeah, I had glasses.
4 eyes.
Oh no, I had corrective shoes. Like I was
my
a dork.
God.
Yeah.
Just scoliosis too?
No, but my brother did.
She did.
I
Yeah.
have scoliosis, pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
20/20 vision though, that's nerdy. That shit's nerdy. I got 20/20
Oh,
over here.
yeah, no.
You
I got
discovered that we both had rolly backpacks
No.
because of medical conditions that we
No,
had.
I will
That's
not. No, I
amazing.
got a medical condition from boycotting rolly backpacks. I was too cool, or I wanted to prove I was cool enough, so I only wore a backpack on one shoulder, and we like ha-ha'd at the people with the rolly backpacks that don't have back problems now. We did actually play a hand together, and I didn't know until afterwards. It was the WPT, and he folded his nines to my jacks.
Yeah, I had
correctly.
never actually met you before.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be you, but then the guy next to you asked you your name, which, by the way, I don't think that female poker players realize this. When it's a 9 guys at the table, no one ever asks anyone else, what's your name? But when Nikki's at the table,
Everybody
somebody
knows
always
everyone's
wants to
name.
know what her name is. Everyone's so curious
facts.
about their opponent today.
true.
So, yeah.
I got
go
asked my name a
figure.
lot.
Yeah, go figure. But you probably don't realize how rare that is.
That's true. But I do realize how rare it is. That the one thing that I get annoyed at, and I don't know, I'm sorry if it was you at the table, but it's usually older gentlemen that they see a female and they want to show me all the pictures of their kids and grandkids. And I couldn't care less. And I'm sorry, like I'm sorry, I couldn't care less. But they're like, she's got a womb. She
Yeah.
knows.
You heartless viper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like I like, oh, cute kid, yeah. I'm gonna focus on the game now. And now they just won't shut up
They
about
won't
the game.
stop.
And I gotta always wonder. I'm like, I wonder if they show their kids and grandkids to the guy to the right. Like, do they ever do that? Did that guy get the whole spiel
Yo,
about the
homie, you gotta
grandkids?
check this out. This is my
Yeah.
infant.
Yeah, right. Check out these twins, yo.
She just started playing with Legos.
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah.
Cool. That's great. Oh my, adorable. Great. I'm just gonna watch this game going on.
I've been playing poker for over 20 years in casinos.
Yeah.
And no one has ever shown me a picture of his
No one?
grandchildren. Not once.
This happens like at least once a month.
Yeah.
At least once a month.
I think you're right. It's like, oh, maybe her biological clock is ticking.
Yeah, yeah.
They hear it.
She'll
They
like
hear
this.
it.
Okay,
Love
I got an
this, yeah.
opener for her. Ovaries? You got ovaries?
Yeah,
so
ovaries.
eggs in there? Okay, cool. Look at this.
Yeah. I mean, it's like mildly insulting, but it's also kind of like
It's endearing.
it's like grandpa sweet. you
Yeah,
know?
their like intent is nice.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I get that you're not trying to be like a weirdo or distract me from the game or anything, but I really don't care and I want to pay attention to the game.
Also, what
That's
do you
the
do
one
if the baby's ugly? Like, do you ever tell them? Do you just like,
Never.
those are the most
No.
horrendous looking kids I've ever seen?
I think it. For sure, I
I
think
say,
it.
oh, what a strong warrior. That must be a medical condition.
He's got a CEO face.
Yeah. And you're from Texas because you could throw in a bless your heart
You
at the
know
end. Bless
it.
his little heart.
You always could. Yeah, I can turn on the fake nicest, but I don't know. I don't feel the pressure to that much these days. If I don't want to talk, I'm not going to talk. I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to like show up in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I don't. Do you put that? You're a public figure. You're an ambassador. You have a podcast. Like, how do you approach that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Sometimes, like, you wake up in the morning and I just want to get my grind on.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why God made headphones,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like, I find that usually people don't bother me if I just put on the headphones, you know. But if I don't have my headphones on and somebody comes up to me and is like, hey, man, I love your podcast, or, you know, whatever people say, it's like, I mean, I have to reciprocate that.
Yeah.
To me, I consider that part of the job, even if I'm not necessarily in the mood to be social. And I think a lot of people don't know this about comedians, but like all of us being in comedy, we know like a lot of comedians like to be kind of isolated
Yeah.
sometimes.
And
I'm a
especially
loner.
stand-ups. It's like improv comedians. That's a team sport. You have to learn how to work with each other. But like
Yeah.
stand-ups, especially, like does not play well with others. Like chose this job because I don't have
Solo.
a schedule or
Yeah.
anyone
And like
around
even
me.
though there's lots of people, like we're alone on the stage. There's like
Mm-hmm.
like I have the microphone. I don't have to worry about getting interrupted. I don't have to worry about you draining my energy. I'm the one in control. So yeah, it is kind of deceptive though because it seems like we're all extroverts, but no, we're like actually really
Yeah,
introverted.
it's
Yeah.
kind of selective. You know, like I can be the life of the party
Yeah.
if I'm in the mood, but a lot of times I'm not in the mood, and I'd just rather, I don't know, sit around reading an Andrew Brokus book and doing nothing
Yeah.
all day. You know, it's like that's my nerd pleasure. You know, that's what
feel
I want
that.
a lot of the time. So I mean, I think we all have a little bit introvert and a little bit extrovert in us. But if people have ever seen me do stand up, they might assume like, oh yeah, he probably just loves to just talk to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and you too, like both of you, like kind of, you know, having such an outgoing public persona, people might not realize like you do need your downtime too.
yeah.
I actually, I'm normally not like I'm outgoing at the table, but I naturally just like I pick up little things like people will say about themselves, and then I love bringing the call back in, like a joke, like way later when they didn't think I was listening. And then it's like, oh, it's because of your kids back home. They're not going to call you now or whatever.
Right.
Something like that. And then it gets people laughing. And I think I'm naturally inclined to want to make people laugh at the table.
I had a great callback opportunity yesterday, and I seized the day. Put my tournament life at risk to do it. So this guy was on the button. There was a call, or excuse me, an open and a raise. And when it got around to him, I think he shoved like 25, 30 big blinds. It was like a sizable shove from the small blind. And his opponent's folded, and when he was mucking his hand, he hit the dealer's hand, and it opened his hand, and he had pocket sixes, which I'm sure was not the best hand.
Right.
And he just kind of had this like sheepish look at us, like, whoop. So then later, when I was short, and there was a raise and it opened, then I shoved my 25 whatever bigs, and then I got the folds, and then I got to take, and he was the one I was up against, and I was like, I had your hands. I like showed him, like I never feel sexier in my life when I get to do like a clean callback. I'm like, oh, hello.
It is great when the opportunity presents itself, you know. I like being at a table where everybody's kind of already having fun and goofing off and joking
It's my favorite
around.
table.
That's when I show up, and then I'll join the fray. Like I'm never going to sit at that table and pop the headphones in, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But like a lot of tables, especially in the World Series, like, you know, people are very serious. They have backers or they're stuck 20K already, whatever the case may be. And like, you don't really want to try to force your jokes on those people if they're just, you know, they're just trying to play
and
the
also,
game.
this is an international series, so sometimes I come across people where I think they're just being a dick to me. I think they're being like fully just
They're
like,
just
ignoring
German.
me. And they're literally just like from Brasilia. Like he can't understand my dumb Texas twang. So was this your first WSOP final table this year?
It was, my previous best score, or best finish, I should say, was 15th in a 1K no limit hold'em tournament that had, I think, about the same number of players, around 3,000 players. That tournament was won by Will Jaffe.
Get out of town.
With whom I played on 3 different tables in this tournament.
Oh, wow.
11 years later. Yeah, that was 2012.
Wow.
Was the time I got 15th out of 3,000 in a no limit tournament.
Hell yeah.
And now we're in a $600 PLO deep stack, and they keep moving me around. Like I played at every table in the tournament. It felt like they kept moving me every 10 minutes. 3 different tables I played against Will Jaffe. So I feel like, you know, that was destiny. And he and I get along great because, you know, he won his bracelet in that tournament. And, you know, we go all the way back to when we were both obviously, you know, much younger and sillier.
Younger than now?
Yeah. That's like a Mitch Hedberg bit, right? When he's like, when somebody shows me a picture, this is a picture of me when I was younger. Yeah, every picture is a picture of you when you were younger.
I love Mitch Hedberg. I used to fall asleep to him at night.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes.
On repeat. Were you able to enjoy the moment and like actually spike the football and have your victory moment? Or when you go that far and then you don't win, was there any tension there, or were you able to enjoy it fully?
Yeah, so I don't believe in congratulations at all. You know, some people might know I got 28th place in the 2018 main event.
Yeah,
All right? And you know, so many people say, "Oh, you were so close to being the world champion, and you were so close." You know,
it's like such a victory already.
I don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
Look, if we're going to play against 3,000 players, and the only way we're going to be happy is if we beat them all.
Yeah.
We're going to be unhappy almost literally every single day of our lives.
True.
So I've learned to just feel happy if I play my best.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like, you know, I made a lot of mistakes in this tournament. I'm pretty good at PLO, but my better game is definitely no limit hold'em. That's by far my best game. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I do work on my PLO, and I was happy that kind of things were going my way. It was just, you know, 5th place is great. If you would have told me before the tournament that I was going to get 5th, I'd be like, sign me up for that. You know, I'm going to turn $600 into $58,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
you
slightly.
know? Yeah, so it's
by
like,
a lot of more entries with
that.
Yeah,
it's quite a few buy-ins, right? So that's the way I try to look at it. I know it's tempting to always say, oh, what if? But I think that's a recipe for just like a mental breakdown.
I know we had one of the top tourney online crushers, Chris Moorman, on our podcast, and he said, "Yeah, even if I'm final 2, I'm mad I didn't win heads up, and even if I win, I'm mad that it took too long. It took too long for the heads up."
That was one of his complaints.
He's like, "Chris, you're winning too much."
I should have. It should have been over like within the first 30 minutes, and it went forever. Like I just took too long. I'm like, you won the tournament.
Yeah, but you guys are talking about Chris Moorman. Let's talk about someone who's mortal. You know what I mean?
True,
I mean, yeah, he's got different problems than the rest of us. He's been a long time crusher. I mean, that guy's been killing poker for 20 years now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You know our story, right? Like, I moved to Vegas and I moved into a retirement community. That's what our realtor called it. And I was just like, damn.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm retired. I'm 75. But yeah, so I was like, I hope that like we just meet one couple that like plays poker. Maybe we could go down the strip and play cash or whatever, like have some home games or whatever. And across the street from me, I got introduced to Chris Moorman and Katie Lindsay. And like they were introduced to me as pro poker players. And I was like, oh, like.
You didn't know who they were.
I'm not a tournament player. I was only playing cash and I was so like, I didn't know anybody unless you were super famous. Even like Phil Ivey,
Right.
She was still in her YouTube era.
Yeah,
she hadn't transitioned fully yet.
I moved to Vegas for the tax breaks. I was just gonna play. I would play 2-5 cash. That's what I play.
I love it.
Yeah, and I didn't study tournaments until last year, like February last year.
And you started listening to my podcast.
And that's when I started listening to your podcast.
So
yeah,
cool.
because I was like, how do I learn this quickly? You know, and I got a coach and then Chris, obviously, like they live across the street, and so I didn't know they only played tournaments because every pro that I was friends with like played mostly cash and then sometimes tournaments.
Right.
They play only tournaments, and then as I got to know them better, I realized like how crazy well known like crushers they were. So I have his book. I made him sign it on the show.
That's awesome.
Like a year and a half after knowing each other.
That's incredible. Yeah, no, he's a good one to learn from, I would say.
He's great.
That's unbelievable.
So how are you going to approach the rest of your series since you've like gotten off to such a hot start? Like what's the mindset goal? How are we going to keep it going?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like the pressure's off. Like one thing I always say on the podcast is it's easier to win when you're winning.
Yeah,
you know,
that's so true.
When you're losing, you're thinking about all the money that you're down and like, oh, if I don't win this coin flip, then I'm going to be stuck even more. You know, it's like it's very hard to keep like the eyes on the prize, if you will, like when you're down. But now that I'm up, like over 60,000, and I only had like $50,000 worth of tournaments picked out to play this summer, I'm probably just going to stick to the schedule that I originally planned.
Why not? You're free rolling now.
Yeah,
basically.
kind of. Yeah. So it's like, and I think it's going to enable me to just make the correct decision
totally
a little bit more easily, because it's like, well, even if I lose, I know this is the right play. But sometimes when you're stuck, you might say, I feel like I should shove here, but I just don't want to bust another tournament today.
More doubt.
Absolutely. It's hard to keep your confidence up, and sometimes it's hard for me to pull the trigger on a play that I know is plus EV if I'm starting to think about the money,
because it's a riskier move,
right?
Which you have to do in tournaments. But sometimes if you're on a downswing, it's like, oh, I just want to cash. I don't want to bust this hand.
I mean, look how many times the main event champion comes back the next year and just kills it.
Yeah,
you know, because like they've got all the money now, so they're like they're just able to like pretend they're playing the hand like while you're listening to a podcast,
right?
Like it's almost like theoretical at that point.
It's
is
like
this really
they're
even
properly
happening?
bankrolled for this tournament,
which most of us in the World Series are not. You know, to play $50,000 worth of tournaments, I should have like, you know, 50 million in my bankroll, right? Like theoretically,
ridiculous.
How many people actually have that? You know, well, I guess that's why people get backers and everything, but. I have Jim Jeffries, so
there you go. Do you
Thanks,
find
Daddy.
that sometimes when I'm in a downswing, I start thinking more about my creative endeavors. Like, oh, it's nice to have the podcast to focus on when I am poker's not doing so well. So then I go to podcast, and then if like there's a lull with the podcast, and I like, oh, okay, I'm amped to play poker again. Is it like that with comedy for you, where it can kind of get your mind off things and reset.
Yeah, more so my OnlyFans.
Yeah, plug it. Feet pics
JK.
only.
At cleancomic.com.
Clean.
Comic does OnlyFans.
Clean Comic OnlyFans.
Yeah, but no, absolutely. It's to me, it's always been like this is like from when I was a child.
Yeah.
I always like to have a lot of different interests. You know, like I was in the choir, I played in the orchestra, I was in the play. You know, I was on the basketball team. Like I did all these different things. Like to me, like variety truly is the spice of life. I could probably be a lot better at either comedy or poker if I just spent all my time and energy focused on one or the other. But for me, I have to do both.
Yeah, same.
I just have to. I can't be happy otherwise.
If they both bring you joy too, it's like why not? You know.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think I'm doing okay in both of them. You know, but I do sometimes think like, what if I would have spent all the time I've worked on my stand-up act?
But sometimes it can you get too focused on it, like where it almost hurts you because you're just so focused on this one thing that like it's like more pressure.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing you have going on.
Yeah, like these chess players who like burn out after they get so just absorbed with the game, like it kind of consumes them, especially the younger ones. You know, it's a real problem. So yeah, I just try to, keep myself interested, and yeah, it is nice to have multiple revenue streams, especially when you're on a downswing.
Yeah,
it's like, well,
totally. And also, the other industry you chose is full of variance as well.
Well, it's really hard to make a living as a comedian, so I figured I should also gamble.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, good plan.
Just hedge your
Clayton.
bets there.
We're three smart people.
Very, very smart. I also wanted to ask you on that whole note about the winner's mindset. Do you believe in any of that, like law of attraction or like frequency? Your frequency's up here, so you're attracting that frequency.
I'm glad you asked that. I brought you guys some crystals.
Yeah. The full moon just passed. We charged ours
already.
Retrograde. No, I do and I don't. Like I feel like I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
The law of attraction seems to be a thing,
almost like a placebo effect. I think, like even if you weren't gonna believe in like frequencies bringing you, know, good, like it's if you believe good things are happening, then you're kind of like only focusing on the good things that are happening to you, and then it does seem like more good things are happening to you, and then you're focusing on that, and it's kind of like snowballs that direction, and vice versa.
It's different than the placebo effect of any other religion or belief system.
Yeah.
Like if you're praying to a god, or if you're just saying while you hold your crystal, I have always had all the money that I ever need. I have all the money that I have, and that's a manifestation. Or you're saying God has a plan for me. It's all in control. This higher power. So like it's very similar.
I diversify. I say all of it. No matter which one it is.
Like, thank you, Allah. Thank you, Jewish God. Thank you, poker
Vishnu.
gods.
Thank you, Satan. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's definitely
just
involved
in
in
case.
poker.
He's clearly
He's
involved.
I don't know. Like I think he's more involved in craps. I think he's a craps guy, but like he might be poker too.
He's definitely in. But this is how you play roulette. You just put a chip on every number.
Yeah.
You can't
Hard
lose.
to lose.
Do I do with my careers too?
Yeah.
See,
Put them on every number.
It's called hedging.
Yeah.
Reggie.
But they have done a lot of research on neuroscience and stuff like about like the things that you say out loud do affect like what your brain will focus on, So if you say something like, I'm getting better at remembering people's names, like if you just say that out loud every day, you actually become better at remembering people's names. Almost everyone I know says, oh, I'm terrible with names. I'm so bad with names. Tell me your name. I'm really bad with names.
I'm so bad. Yeah.
And the more you say that, the more that gets in your mind.
Self-confirming.
So I don't know if it's, the law of attraction necessarily or mystical crystals or whatever, but I do know that a positive mindset has real benefits.
100%. And like, it's even like small differences. Like if I were saying, don't forget my name, Nikki, don't forget to do that. But if I'm like,
Focusing on the
hey,
forget.
can you remember to do that thing for me? She's a lot more likely to help me out.
Yeah, say the positive instead of the negative.
Say the thing you want, not like if saying don't forget makes me think about forgetting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in sales too, like at the end, like you're not supposed to say, don't hesitate to call. You say, call me anytime,
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you're thinking about the hesitating part.
Yeah, salespeople know all about this stuff because they have to do that. I mean, sales is like playing poker tournaments. You lose 85 or 90% of the time.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah. So and when you're playing any type of numbers game like this, or like auditioning, all of us have done acting. It's like I found out once, because I started in music, then I got into acting, then I got into comedy, everything like that. But when I was just doing like a lot of acting, I found that for every 100 auditions, I would get a job. Right.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 1 out of 10 auditions, I would get a call back, and then 1 out of 10 callbacks, I would book it. So it was like literally, I guess I wasn't that good of an actor, but I had to do 100 auditions to get one.
No, I think those are common. Those are common stats.
I mean, these are kind of the numbers, right? These are the numbers, right? So it was just keeping a positive mindset, knowing that you have a 99% failure rate is not easy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like you're living in constant confident delusion, and it's the only way to be happy. We're fine.
Yeah. I think she's having a breakdown.
We're fine, guys. We're going to play a game now.
Do you have any more questions for Clayton before we move on to our game show segment?
I mean, I just love your show, and I have many questions that I'm sure will come to me after the podcast is over, but that was like mostly what I was interested in, was like, how did you get involved? What's your motive? Like, what are your motives? I always ask people what their motives are, because it's usually not money. It's usually like you're having fun with the game, or you have a new level you'd like to achieve, or there's something stimulating, like with you like teaching, and so like the podcast makes sense because you're learning spots and then teaching people as you learn spots, and same with comedy. So yeah, I really enjoy learning that stuff about you today.
Yeah, thanks.
We do have, because I know you got really close to a bracelet this year, and we're not congratulating you, but we wanted to give you a second shot at a bracelet before your next event at the WSOP. And this is for an official Aceholes bracelet, so it's a little bit more of a big deal.
It is a big deal.
There are
a
way
huge deal.
fewer Aceholes
This is event number
bracelets.
4. We're
Yeah.
on event number 4 now.
We don't have online events.
Right.
So
No
like
online
our bracelets have not been devalued yet.
Right. There's no $300 gladiator
no.
bracelet. Okay.
No,
you
no
have,
throwaways.
it's invite only. It's invite only.
Right.
They're not open events.
I like
Yeah.
it. This feels so exclusive right now.
It is very, very exclusive. You will have to compete against another Acehole for the bracelet today. That will be me.
Just you and me? Heads up?
We're heads up. Yeah.
You're going down.
Oh shit! Heads up for
go.
rolls.
Heads
Make
up
your rolls a little bit bigger.
Heads up for rolls.
So today we will be playing
WSOP
Jeopardy.
Oh, God. No, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. You have to pay. You have to pay if you sing that.
As you can see, we've moved some furniture. Thank you to our sponsor.
Studio 52, Poker
Studio
Night in
52.
America. Thank you very much. We are shooting here, and as you can see, they are on the board as well.
I don't know if it's in the shot.
It's not in the shot at all, but I will superimpose it right here.
She has editing
Great.
skills.
Good.
No, tune back in July to see what's going on with Poker Night in America. All right. We have got 5 categories. Our categories today are all things Tilly.
Ooh,
This is because I'm obsessed with Jennifer Tilly and I'm trying to get her to notice me.
love her.
Entrances and exits. These are entrances and exits of the WSOP of this year, 2023.
This year.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all both played events so far.
Okay, you sound mad.
I am furious.
Okay.
The next category is funny people that aren't us.
Don't know anybody
in
Yeah,
poker.
outside of
that
us.
doesn't really.
It's gonna be
that
hard
doesn't
for
exist.
you narcissists, but we'll get there. 2023 WSOP winners so far,
Okay.
and then our final category over here is for your consideration Poker Hall of Fame. There's some conversations going on about who should be nominated, so we have questions about people in the conversations.
Are we gonna leave here with egg on our faces? Because I feel like there's egg dripping off of my face right
This is
Yeah.
really embarrassing.
There definitely is.
I don't know anything about any of these topics.
now. Yeah.
Okay, well, I look forward to humiliating you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Great.
mommy.
All right, so I kept the scoring simple. On Jeopardy, it's like 100 through 500, but it's just 1 through 5, so I can keep tally score. Now, you are our guest, Clayton, so you get to open. And by the way, this is Jeopardy, so you have to answer in the form of a question.
Okay.
Right.
Or it does not
Traditional Jeopardy rules or does not count. Okay,
All right.
got it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm hyped.
I guess I'll take entrances and exits for one.
You got it.
Good luck.
White, black, green, and yellow are color sections in which 2023 WSOP tournament area?
I'm supposed to ring in.
Oh, we forgot
Do we
to
have a
buzzer.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Can
that
I
we
have
had
a
a chance
buzzer?
at this.
Do
Like
I have a
I thought you
buzzer?
had to answer first. I've never played Jeopardy. Okay.
We forgot the buzzers.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Yeah. So we just use our mouth? Can we just make a noise?
Yes. Okay, you ring in.
My actually, I'm gonna have this can. I'm gonna go like that.
Okay, do that.
fair enough.
Okay.
What is the horseshoe?
Incorrect.
Wait, what? Can you read the question again?
White, black, green, and yellow are color sections in which 2023 WSOP tournament area? Yes, Nikki?
White, black, green, yellow. The Paris
There are
ballroom.
only two, and he already got one wrong. Why are you struggling so hard? Yes, Nikki, Paris is correct.
I thought that there was that section where the final tables are. I thought it was called a different section.
We're so remedial. We are totally remedial.
I got a point.
No, you don't, because you didn't say a
What-
question.
Where did? Oh, shit.
Oh, she did it.
Give her a zero. Everybody got a zero.
All
my
right,
goodness,
no one's
too
on the
serious.
board.
Yeah.
Clayton, you're still in control of
I'm
the
a
board.
stickler.
I'm tilted.
Let's do entrances and exits for 2, Caitlin.
All right, you got
Nerd.
it.
Just gonna berate him now.
In a live interview with Natalie Bodie, he said of the smoking patio closing by the horseshoe exit, people need to see the sun and smoke whatever they're gonna smoke.
No idea.
Nikki,
Not confident at all.
remember to answer in the form of a
Who
question.
is Conrad Simpson?
Incorrect.
He also in the hallway told me that they need to reopen smoking areas. So
It's a common complaint among the stoner community.
mhm.
Should I guess? Like, do I lose points if
You
I
have to
guess
ring
wrong?
in and answer in the form of a question. I don't
Okay,
know why y'all think
okay.
it's lawlessness out here. Yes, Clayton.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to lose 2 points if I get it
Yeah,
wrong. would
usually
I?
if you take too long to buzz in, they go do 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 do.
I totally forgot that I'm supposed to be giving negative points when you get it wrong. Okay.
Oh fuck.
We've remedied it. We've
All right,
remedied
I'm
it.
Okay.
not- not
Do we both
buzzing
have
in.
negative points?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now you have -2.
Oh shit.
I just have negative one. I'm not
answered.
buzzing it.
Who
I have no
is
idea.
That's a good strat.
Martin?
I'm going to beat you -1 to -2. That's going to be
Now
the
I'm
final.
going to motivate none of y'all to try for the
Yeah, we're
rest of
just
the
drinking- we're gonna drink
game.
Red Bull for the rest. No.
Martin Zamani said that. Martin Zamani of frog poison fame.
Martin, your mommy.
Is it still on me?
Yeah, Clayton, you're
Oh my
still in
God.
control of the board.
We suck. We
Yeah.
suck so bad.
No, you're telling. I rule. I'm positive
Oh,
affirmations.
right.
this.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just
I'm-
talked about this.
I don't suck.
I'm getting better at WSOP Jeopardy.
Yes.
I'll do entrances and exits for 3, please.
All right.
You keep picking the same category.
gonna
we
clear it out.
We're not good at this
I'm
one.
going to clear out this category.
This well-known tourist attraction is visible with an obstructed view from the designated smoking section outside of Paris. Nikki?
What are the Bellagio fountains?
Correct! She's on
Nice
the
job.
board.
3 points for
3
that. I'm in the
points.
positive.
And
You're
a
in the
kick.
positive. All right, Nikki, it's yours.
And that control.
Yeah.
You're in control of the
Oh,
All right,
wow.
I'll take funny people that aren't us for 3
Go for
because
it.
I don't know who these people are and I want to know and I want 3 points for it.
Known for his catchphrase, stay loose, play 7 deuce, this funny Canadian took home the 2023 GPI Award for Best Video.
Greg
Nikki.
goes all in.
Correct.
Yeah.
She didn't
Oh, I
say
didn't
a
say it.
question. That's -3.
All right, Clayton, you can steal.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Who is Greg Goes All In?
Clayton, you're in control of the board now.
Fuck your questions.
I love this. I'll go back to entrances and exits for 4.
You really
is
studied
his
this
favorite
lane.
category.
Yeah, I know this one.
All right. This new Paris restaurant was launched and promoted by creator Martha Stewart just in time for the start of WSOP season.
What is the
Nikki.
Bedford?
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you been?
No, but I got invited by a video of Martha Stewart.
By a video
Yeah,
of my
We all got it. We all got it.
Hey,
She's just on Twitter.
I'm special.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki, your selection.
Funny people that aren't us for 4.
Hailing from New Jersey, this broadcaster has an almost permanent slot on the best Twitter personality category for her razor-sharp quips in the replies.
Who is Jamie Kirsten?
God damn it! I knew
That's
that
my
one.
friend. I love Jamie.
Me too.
I like her too.
All right.
Well, apparently not. You didn't get it right.
No, I was waiting till the end of the question because
No.
you're not allowed to interrupt Alex on the show. You're not actually allowed to do that. I was waiting till the end.
Yeah, well, guess what? Alex is dead. All right.
He
Let's do
really is.
entrances and exits for whatever's left.
Bye.
She's crying.
Okay.
Don't cry, Nikki.
Remember, they get harder from what points.
Oh, yeah.
So does my dick. Come on. Let's go.
Featuring dueling pianos, this lounge in Paris is located directly across from the
What's
designated
called?
smoking patio by the emergency doors.
We just caught the
I
dueling
don't know
piano
what it's
lounge.
called. I know I pass them all the time.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's Napoleon's.
I'm glad I didn't lose points.
He was
for that.
French.
I was gonna guess a French name, but it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was gonna
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
be like, yes, that was what
Should have gone with that one.
Napoleon's part of the.
Oh, it's still on me,
Yes,
right?
Clayton,
All
you're
right,
still
let's
in
do
control of the
funny
board.
people for one.
Why do you only want 1 point?
I'm not
This
greedy.
this self-proclaimed degenerate gambler hails from New Jersey and famously won a bracelet online in a Whole Foods parking lot. Yes, Nikki.
Right? Who is Ryan DePaulo?
Correct.
You
You
remember-
almost
now
did
that
remember
we
the
now,
question.
yeah, and I can interrupt now. I get to interrupt.
All right, Nikki. It's
Yeah, but
your
if
fault.
she interrupts, you should stop the question and let her answer.
That's
Oh,
fine.
okay, I'll
That's
do
fine.
that.
Because
Okay,
otherwise,
that's-
she could just do this
That's
the
a
whole
good
time.
rule. That's
yeah.
a good rule. That's a good rule.
If you don't know it, you
That's a
don't
good
know it.
rule.
Yeah.
I like that.
You're
Okay.
going down,
Oh,
Nikki.
fuck you. All right. I'm going to take funny people that aren't us for 2. Might as well just clear that.
Ready.
Yeah, you got to get it with the first word then.
All right. In 2023, this former model and actress received 2 GPI nominations for Twitter personality and Best Video for her short Solvers.
Who is Marley Sprague?
Correct. It's now 8
In
to
this
6.
category.
8
You
to
are
6.
crushing this category. You know about funny people.
I know about some funny people that aren't us. Definitely not us.
Nope.
Funny people that aren't us for 5.
Yep. High Noon host Will Jaffe.
Oh shit! No, I don't know.
Ah, good. I get to hear the whole
Did
question.
you do minus 5 points? Minus 5 points.
Well,
My
take
strategy is so
take-
bad.
Take a guess. You might as
Oh,
well
yeah,
take a
I
guess.
get a free roll in this guess.
Yeah, you're going to get minus 5 anyway.
Hi, Will Jaffe, Barstool Mincy. Who is-
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really? Awesome.
The full question was, says this trusty field reporter, formerly of Barstool, is the whole show.
That's incredible. Great job.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki, still your board.
Wow.
You've taken a 7-point lead.
That
All
was
right.
unexpected.
Take for your consideration, Poker Hall of Fame 1.
Oh, my God. I'm terrible at this.
You're doing so good at the stickler of the rules
Yeah.
part.
I told you guys I'm a nerd. It's the first thing I told you about myself.
True.
Rampage nominated this former American Idol.
Who is Maria Ho?
Correct.
I just saw that tweet. I don't
That's
know.
incredible.
Yes, he said that for all she's done in poker, he was shocked she hasn't more. She's been the last woman standing in the main event 4 times.
Wow.
Isn't she too young? I think you have
She
to be.
is now above the threshold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't talk about women's age on the show.
No. But they
How
also
dare you bring it
we
up.
didn't talk about what the threshold even is. It could
Yeah,
be
so,
16.
you know, maybe she.
don't-
I'm
you
pretty
don't.
sure she's 17 still. So
Yeah, so
deal with it.
we'll deal with that.
Your board, Nikki.
All right.
I'm staying out of this.
For your consideration for 2.
All right. Miami John Cernuto was nominated by this prominent actor from Casino, Hercules, and Ray Donovan. Yes?
Who is James Woods?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. All right, your board.
My favorite Republican. Let's do all things Tilly for 1. Switch it up a little.
Yeah, switch it
Yeah,
up.
switch it up.
All right. Since 2004, this pro poker player with both a WP title and a WSOP bracelet has been boyfriend to Jennifer Tilly.
Ah, damn it.
Who is Phil Locke?
Correct. Your board.
Same category. Tilly for 2. Give me Tilly.
Yeah, give us more Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly voices perpetually pregnant Bonnie Sullivan on this long-running animated series.
What is Family Guy?
Correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Apparently I
Good,
know a
you're on
little
a roll
more
now.
about Tilly than you did.
I suck at this game.
He's within 3 now. He's within 3.
Oh, God.
Let's do all things Tilly for 300 million.
300.
All right. Jennifer Tilly has remained booked and busy since 1998 as Tiffany Valentine in this horror franchise.
Oh, is that a
She
tie?
was first, yeah.
What is the Chucky series?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're bored.
Good job.
Hell yeah. All right. I guess I'll take all things Tilly for 4.
You don't sound confident.
Well, I was looking at, I don't know any 2023 WSOP winners. So.
We're really keeping tabs on the winners.
All right. In 2005, Jennifer Tilly won a WSOP bracelet for this event.
What is the ladies event?
Correct. Ladies only
Nice.
championship. All right. Within 2 now. You're bored.
Let the girls play, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Give them a chance. For the ladies. Let's do Tilly for 5.
Let the ladies
Oh,
play.
Let the girls play. You know?
Or
Oh,
sword.
God. What happened?
Cut this
Oh,
out of
boy.
my butt.
Cut this out of her butt.
No, just cut my butt out of.
Cut
of
her
the
butt out of-
Actually,
Cut it out.
Keep it. Keep
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cut
It's
out
a good
her
shot.
butt,
Good angle.
And blow it up on the screen.
it. In 1995, Jennifer Tilly received an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress for this film.
What is Bride of Chucky?
Incorrect. -5.
Oh, that hurts.
That's a big hit. Yes, Nikki?
Oh shit! I shouldn't have buzzed in. I forgot about the negative part. What is Jerry Maguire?
It's a good guess.
Incorrect. It's Bullets Over Broadway.
Shit.
Really good guess.
Okay, thanks.
Broadway.
She's not in that.
Yeah.
but
No, she
No,
is.
she is.
I was like, oh no.
Well, it was
All
still
right.
me.
I think who got the last one right?
I don't know.
It was
I
about
think
Chucky. It
No,
was
the
Chucky
ladies
question.
event.
Oh, the ladies event.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, you're in control.
All right, let's do Poker Hall of Fame for 3. Alex.
I love it when you call me Alex. A dead man's name.
Yeah.
All right, 2023 could be the year for this Tennessee native known for purple Lacoste shirts.
Who is Kathy Liebert?
You got it,
Yes.
my girl Kathy.
Yes.
She has over 6.6 million in lifetime cashes, 6 WPT final tables, a WSOP bracelet in 2004 for the 1500 limit hold'em event. Kathy Liebert.
She's also like super nice, by
I'm
the way.
obsessed
Yeah.
with her.
I love Kathy
She's
Liebert.
I've said on this podcast she's like my favorite poker
No, I
player.
think she's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, she's super chatty. Like, she won't shut up, but she never
a good
says
way,
anything
yeah.
mean. She just likes
No.
to like chit chat. You
And
know?
she grinds everything.
Oh yeah, she plays
Yeah.
it all. Yeah.
I love that.
Shout out to Chatty Kathy.
Yeah, chatty Kathy Liebert. We gotta
Yeah.
make her an ace-hole. All
Yeah.
right, Nikki, you're still in control of the board.
All right, I will take. I'm gonna go for 2023 WSOP winners so far for
Nice.
one.
Nice.
I'm just gonna bite
Let's
the bullet.
go. Let's go.
I really wish the tape came off more cleanly.
So us.
All right, 1K Mystery Millions.
I know what he looks like.
Tom
You have to
something.
ring in.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I'm not
If
taking
she
negative
rings
points.
in and says she knows
Yeah.
what he looks like, does she get credit?
If you draw a perfectly perfect.
Yeah. What if she like sketches
Rendering.
him? Like, yeah. A
I'll give you half the
rendering.
points for that.
I
We
know
don't.
his last name was. I can't.
It's
I'm
like
not
Tom something.
Do. Tyler Brown. Congrats
gonna-
on winning
It was
the
Brown,
millions.
Thompson, and I remember the last names of the last 4 players that because we were watching it together, the final table, and then I remember like the guy that won. I know what he looks like.
The guy on my left had busted like 7 people, and he got to go up on stage twice.
What?
Yeah, I was like, why do you keep getting up on stage? Like, everybody's getting 1K, 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 and then it's like big gold, whatever.
Chess
He
guy.
goes up there. Yeah, he was so lucky. He got 3rd.
Oh my god.
Ryan McKnight. Shout out to Ryan
That's
McKnight.
Congrats,
amazing.
Ryan.
I would
Yeah,
love to have that
congrats.
kind of
All
luck.
right, Nikki, still your category.
All right.
I forgot we were
give
playing
up.
a game.
Yeah.
I know. I got to keep it on track.
Good.
Let's talk about Kathy Liebert some more.
Yeah, I love
would
Kat.
love to.
All right, I'll take a Poker Hall of Fame for 4. I'll take the rapist.
I'll take ape tit. All right. Phil Hellmuth says this pal of his should be in heavy contention this year with 4 WSOP bracelets, 2 WSOP final tables, 5 WPT final tables. His table presence has earned him the nickname The Mouth.
Well,
Yes.
that was-
Who is Mike Mattisau?
That is
I
correct.
didn't get it till the very end.
You're within 1 point now.
I thought he had more than 4.
WSOP bracelets.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Let's clean up that category there, Alex.
Right.
Consideration.
He's within 1.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm right
I gotta
there.
get this.
I'm right there.
This broadcast duo took over commentary for ESPN in 2003, the same year Chris Moneymakers made.
Who are Norman, Chad, and Lon McCarran.
Correct. Clayton takes the lead.
I'm never gonna get this.
All right, Clayton. it's still your
2023.
board.
Norman Chad used to do stand-up, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, fun fact.
Fun fact.
All right. Bracelet winner so far. We suck. We're not going to get this.
Oh, God.
We'll try.
For 2?
Yeah, 2, please.
The 25K heads up challenge.
I mean, this is my only shot to win, huh? Because like this is our last category.
Doug Polk got second.
Yeah,
in
who
this
beat
event.
him?
Who
I don't know.
beat Doug
I
Polk?
don't remember.
I don't know.
Chon Roncy Kuhn.
Yeah, never was gonna get that.
Yeah.
All right. Still your category,
Let's
Clayton.
do the same category. 3, please.
He's all confident now because he's got the lead and we don't know this
I know the
category.
answers.
10K.
Damn it!
10K dealer's choice.
Listen, if I had known I was supposed to study before this,
It's Chad something.
they're all just
Okay, that's not an official ring in.
No. It's just Chad something.
All right, Chad Eveslage.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his last
Yeah.
name.
All right.
That's good though. You almost got it.
We'll go on.
But I don't need it because I'm beating
I
you.
know.
You only have to get one of these right. And
I
leave.
know, but I'm never going to.
She's drawing dead.
I'm
All
drawing
right, this
so
is the,
dead right now.
I think this is the easy one. All right, 1500 7-card stud.
I love how she said.
I mean, I'll just. Who is Sean Deeb?
That's incorrect.
Well, you know what? I already have a bracelet.
Oh, is that Nick Schulman, right?
Ring
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Nick
Answer
Schulman,
in the
yeah.
form of a question.
Who is Nick Schulman?
He had such an epic photo.
Yeah,
All
with the
right.
cigar.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Why did I?
That's why I said it was the easy one.
I know, but I couldn't think. I know Sean Deeb made like 2 final tables already. I don't think he won a bracelet yet this year. I don't know.
All right, and our final question.
I'm gonna
Who
throw
won
up.
the $1,500 dealer's choice event?
My buzzer's over there. I hate this game.
It's that Chad guy again.
Yeah.
Chad guy.
Congratulations to Clayton
I get a
Fletcher,
bracelet.
winner of
Well
the big
earned.
number 4. Let me go
Well
grab
earned.
it for you.
Hey, good game.
Thank you. Good
Yeah,
game.
good game.
You're a fierce competitor. Tough competition.
Just gonna go grind some Orleans Friday night, Thursday night 100s.
Listen to my podcast on
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
there. That's awesome.
It's like old times.
Now, is this edible or not edible?
This is not edible.
Oh.
This is, you
So
can
hold
eat-
up your winning
Oh,
clue,
yeah.
and then that is your bracelet. There's your camera. Let them know.
You
Wait,
can,
where's
you
my
can,
camera? This
You
one?
can
This
eat
one.
it if you want to.
Maybe I should.
And then I'll,
Yeah.
even, I'll even put it on for you.
All right.
Yeah, this is
This is
Ryan
amazing.
DePaulo was our very first bracelet winner on the show, and he had a lot of run good the next day when he wore it in his
Yeah.
event.
I think I'm going to wear mine
So,
the next event. I
hell
play,
yeah.
too.
There you go.
I'll let them know where I
Congrats.
got it too. Oh my God, this. I mean,
Speech.
I feel like
speech.
yeah.
Speech,
Speech.
speech.
First of all, I want to thank everyone who ever believed in me.
Which certainly wasn't
Wasn't
you.
us.
Wasn't you.
It wasn't
you.
myself, and it wasn't anyone in this room.
No,
but
no, definitely not.
For everyone who knew that I was slightly less bad at trivia than Nikki would be, and also this is for all my haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F you haters.
Yeah, F you.
Let him hear it,
I
kid.
like that it's censored.
Go off.
I've been saying fuck after every question, like
I know.
fuck. You know, it is true what they say, the winner's mindset. Once you've been winning, you just get on a
Yeah.
streak. You just keep winning.
It's easier to win when you're winning.
When you're winning. Yeah. We'll get there one day. But for now, thank you so much for being on the show, Clayton. We really loved having you here. Go follow, listen to Tournament Poker Edge. It's really great if you're on your way to a session. It's helped me out so many times in spots where like I wouldn't have tried, but I just heard that spot and then I wanted to try it. Did work out a few times. Thank you. That really helped. Caitlin and I were also guests on Tournament Poker Edge that comes out this Friday. So 2 days from now, go check out Clayton's episode, Tournament Poker Edge. You'll get to hear hand histories from us that were, I mean, I struggled with mine. Let me know how I did. I don't know if I did well.
I'm not confident that I even remembered the cards correctly.
Great. Check
And history.
it out. Links in the description.
Hey, with Nikki and hey, yeah.